So you just picked the Nintendo Switch 2 here and you're looking for some games to play. Well, I got 5 games to recommend to you, and also these games will still play on the OLED model or even on the Switch 1 console. So let's go ahead and get into this, and it's going to be in no particular order, but also too, thank you for watching and clicking on this video and engaging. And if you do sub, even better, thank you so much for helping me support this video and also this channel. But yes, let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, let's go ahead and kick it off here with Mouse P.I For Hire. This game, honestly, if you ever played Cuphead or seen any of the gameplays for like Cuphead with this 1930s like elastic kind of style, cartoonish, black and white noir kind of style gameplay, then this is pretty much kind of like that similar like gameplay. And it's just what caught my eye to it. It was just something unique. It is an indie game. It's nothing like too high intense and like fast paced, but it is cool. Kind of reminds me of the movement of the sway and bobble of like Doom, if you ever played that, but not exactly like the Doom mechanics of it, but it's just kind of like that whole first person shooter kind of style point of view. It is fun. You do have some puzzles that you gotta do, like pick locks and stuff like this, but it's pretty cool. The characters are very interesting, but again, it's like that whole black and white noir investigator style, so it is pretty cool. I definitely recommend it for anybody who's wanting to play something a little bit different and just kind of like change it up a little bit here. But yeah, add this to your game list or watch list here. Be on the lookout for this, but it is very fun to play. I actually do enjoy it. I got it on day release. It was really fun. Honestly, a solid choice to pick up, for your Nintendo Switch here and play this kind of game. It is very cool, but I like it. As you can see here, it kind of has like that Disney-ish theme to it because of the mouses, but it's very unique and spot on for it if you like kind of like the casual indie kind of style games. But yeah, let's go ahead and just finish this up and move on to the next one here in just a few. We got only 30% life. Okay, cool. I only got 6 rounds left. Wait, what was that? Can we play? Let's see. Oh, that was close. Where'd you go? Ooh, there's spikes.
Fondue bottles. Mine started a few weeks back. The sky was just the exit wound. It began with a call. Routine. Familiar. Wanda from the Mouseburg Herald. Usually she swings by the office with a lead. If it pans out, she hears it first. It's simple, really. She gets her story, I get a few bucks to stockpile cheese, and for a moment, Mouseburg gets to breathe easy.
Now let's move on to our next game here, which is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This game has been out for quite some time now, and you can still play on your Switch 1 or the OLED model, or even on the Switch 2. I played that on the Switch 2, and I like it because of the good resolution that it kind of switches over to when you play it on the Switch 2. But yeah, if you just like to chill, play a game, and like to solve puzzles, this is it. But it's a really simple storyline to this game. It's not high tense like solving puzzles where it's going to take you forever in a day, but it's not. But basically, you play as Captain Toad, exploring small diagram style puzzles and levels. You gotta collect the treasure, which are the power stars, and the storyline is very simple. A giant bird named Wingo steals treasure, and you gotta basically be on a quest to get it back. And very simple, straightforward game, nothing too crazy, but it's very fun. You can play multiplayer, 1 to 2 players, which is really cool. It's kind of nice to have a co-op mode to it, but yeah, definitely recommend this game. Add it to your wish list or playlist, or be on the lookout for this game. It's just really fun to play. But let's go ahead and move on to the next game. Alright, coming back at Super Mario Bros. Wonders. This is the Switch 2 edition, Meet Up in Bella Able Park. Actually, that is the DLC for only Switch 2, which is crazy. You don't have to have a Switch 2 necessarily to play the base game of Super Mario Bros. Wonders, but for the DLC portion of it, yes, unfortunately, you do have to have a Switch 2 because that's what it's meant for. But overall, Super Mario Bros. Wonders is probably one of my favorite platformers for the Mario Galaxy or Mario game lineup there. It is an amazing game, funny characters, you get a good amount of characters actually to select from and play, but it's just an overall great game. Probably one of the games I would hold on forever to get physical copy on. But hey, if you don't find a physical copy, the download from the eShop is worth getting. It is just an absolutely amazing game. And the DLC for, like I was mentioning, it is for the Switch 2. It is great. It's an honestly overall good game, good DLC. But for a single player mode, not to get too far into that part, it's not really super worth the $20 at the time of this video for the DLC, unless you have somebody in the household or you have a friend that plays co-op that you can play the online portion for this, which has an amazing lineup for 17 different types of games for it. But as a multiplayer kind of thing locally, it is an amazing, or if you have friends online that play this and have this DLC in the game, it is an amazing, fun, absolutely fun game to play. It's worth every penny, one of my top favorites. But yeah, let me know what you guys think if you're playing this as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue moving on to the next game. Our next game lineup here is The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. This game is honestly just simple, fun, straight to the point. If you ever played Breath of the Wild kind of feel, and you're going to have that. Now, it's not exactly like Breath of the Wild, but it still has that mechanics and feel for the game itself. But overall, you play as Zelda. You learn these things called echoes to solve puzzles and defeat enemies. It's just simply an awesome game. The world's really nice. The map's really easy to follow through. The characters are really nice. There is a little bit of dialogue as it's like an open world RPG kind of style game, so the dialogue is there, so read through it quite a bit. But hey, who doesn't skip it for the most part? But still, overall, this game is a solid choice to have in your collection or to your library there. Definitely worth getting the physical copy, but again, if you can't get the download, it's still fun to play. But yeah, it's definitely a good game to play into, especially if you play Breath of the Wild or any kind of the Zelda games, it's so forth like that. But yeah, overall, it's a really great game to add into it. Definitely worth the gameplay. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue moving on. let's go ahead and wrap it up here with this final part of the video here. This is Pragmata, one of my favorite games so far in the Capcom lineup here in 2026. Wasn't really saying like a big fan of like mech style robots, but this game right here is a solid choice from Capcom. You play as Hugh, and you have Diana as your sidekick, or I would like to call it like the daughter and father relationship of this game. But it's just very cool, got a lot of funny little comedic side to it, and just kind of like Diana looks up to Hugh as like a father figure, at least in my opinion, and it's just really nice to see that kind of orientation of the two character relations as it builds up, as they navigate through the universe here, and just trying to like get back to Earth and defeat the robots here. But the mechanics of it, absolutely freaking awesome. I like the hacking style, the mods, the weapon upgrades, and you can also customize Diana and Hugh's like armor or suit, so you can find some really cool stuff if you navigate. But the game mechanics of it, like the combat style, awesome. It's very cool. The hacking needs to it, or how you can defeat the enemies there, super really cool to do. A lot of cool like options you can add to your mods and your weapons, and just find a lot of cool things that you can upgrade, which I do like. I like the FPS style to it. It is an open world, kind of got that sci-fi feel for it, but it's just an overall a really awesome game if you really want to take it up a notch or play a little bit something a little more fast action, but has a good story to it. The cinematics, like the cutscenes, the overall graphics, amazing. Absolutely worth the dollars to buy into this game, or just put it on as a favorite, watch it on eShop if you see if it goes on sale at any time. But who knows, you know how Nintendo works. But it's an absolutely amazing game. If you are playing any of these games as mentioned, let me know in the comments. And if you are here at this point in this video, be sure to hit that sub button. Highly appreciate it. Comment and engage, all the good stuff. Any games you'd like to recommend for the Switch or Switch 2, love to see it in the comments. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to finish up this gameplay. But until next time, see you guys around.